earlier today. So again, this is a best of 5, first team to win 3 games. Yuling will start with the serve. Love all. Top of the racket for Ning, and it goes long. Some serious testosterone here from about 15% of the crowd. Got a male yell leader in the crowd.
2-1.
You can already start to see the disadvantages of being 2 players using the same hand in doubles. Chen Meng getting way out on the forehand side puts extra pressure on Yuling. Of course, she wants to hit a shot to win the point, but has to consider where her teammate is. Ning covering, just coming across Liu Shiwen. Beautiful short stroke on the forehand on the run. And the heavy push by Ning right into the backhand. Now Yuling in singles would have a bit more of an easy time with that shot, but she does have to worry about where her teammate is, not crossing over too much.
5-1.
Short stroke, the forehand flip of Liu Shiwen. Tough to tell that it's coming until the last moment. And the spin as well, using the backhand. This is the versatility of Liu Shiwen that makes her so dominant in women's table tennis.
Seven.
The top 2 players in the world in light blue running away with this game, up 7-1 on the receive. Inside out forehand as she falls away, Ning. And this is the real test of being a true champion. Backing off the table, being agile enough, someone hits you in the middle and you counter it back inside out.
8-2.
Again, the most impressive shot for me in that rally is Ning taking it right down the line after being jammed deep on the table. Solid flip from Chen Meng, but just not enough to earn the point. 8 game points for Ning and Liu Shiwen. It looked like Liu Shiwen thought the point was over. Jammed up in the backhand court, but Ning saves another rally. But still, it's Chen Meng and Yuling who saved the game point. Second serve here.
10-4.
With the serve coming that long, usually Ning is going to create some real problems for Chen Meng.
11-4. Ning,
and it's 11-4. Game 1, Ning and Liu Shiwen over Chen Meng and Yuling. Will be back for Game 2 in this best of 5 women's doubles final here at the China Open 2016. Stay right here. We're back for Game 2. Ding Ning and Liu Shiwen leading 1-0 at the top of the screen. Ding Ning starting off with the serve. Ding Ning recovers the net ball with solid placement too. Now, I haven't heard it mentioned much before. I know Vladimir Samsonov asked about the changing background of the banner behind the table. Inside out forehand for the point, Yuling with precision. I was just thinking that the banner itself, when it's changing, can be distracting, especially if there's a lot of white in the banner. Right now, that'll be to the disadvantage of Yuling and Chen Meng as they're facing that banner.
2-1.
As much as players are warned not to use flashes on their photography, it's still tough to control all the fans here, the die-hard fans.
1-3.
So we saw this yesterday, some matches where one side of the table was the heavy favorite no matter who was on it. Still the start of the match, or at least this game.
1-4.
But the pattern seems to be the same so far. Whoever's facing the banner, the electronic banner, has the advantage. This is why they switch every side, in case there is some advantage to the lighting in the room or the conditions in the arena.
4-2.
Xiao Liang, the crowd shouts, beautiful shot by Ding Ning. Spin shot to the short side of the table. And at the first towel break, Chen Meng and Yuling leading 4-2. Outstanding rally, but going to the ground. Ding Ning, tongue out, cannot make the shot. After all the shots that come back, Chen Meng running through in the hooking forehand by Liu Shiwen. It's the huge full stroke with the roundhouse kick from Ding Ning that goes long.
2-6. Two, 7.
Chop block spanked back. Yuling just crushing through that ball. Chop blocks are difficult enough to perform, but when they sit up just a little high, you can see what happens. Very loose-wristed shot from Yuling. Inside out for the winner. And now an inside out forehand from Ding Ning. So dangerous, those fadeaway shots in at the body. Again, it's shocking because the middle tends to be the most defenseless spot, the most difficult spot for someone to take the ball from. And Ding Ning, as a taller player, has a bigger middle to cover, yet she seems so comfortable with it right now. And almost crossing into Ding Ning, Liu Shiwen trying to cover the ball. The quality of shot here again, Ding Ning, so quick.
3-10.
Speaking of quick, a quick point happens. But you're still seeing the replay from before. It's 7 game points. Yuling and Chen Meng. Right down the middle of the table, Chen Meng finishes the game 11-3. And after losing 11-4 game 1, Chen Meng and Yuling come right back to tie it up at 1 game apiece. We'll be back for game 3 after just a short break. Players come back for game 3. It's tied up, 1 game apiece. And the points are almost dead even. Meng and Yuling actually outscoring Ning and Shiwen by 1 point right now, 15-14 in the first 2 games. But again, points don't matter. It's whoever wins, whichever team wins 3 games before their opponent. Meng demonstrating power from 2 steps behind the table. Right down the middle. Get a clean look at this forehand. She was set up with the backhand just in case. Racket high in the air. Relatively neutral position. Shiwen turns at the last moment to take it wide out to the forehand. Again, very difficult to tell where she's going to go until she actually contacts the ball. Many things to credit to that. Outstanding rally. It looked like Yuling was almost hugging Meng for one of those shots. How she managed to get the ball back blows my mind. It was a shot right before that we saw. Shiwen signaling how she's going to receive the ball so that Ning knows what to expect. Wow, the angle on this one right off the bounce. Ning smothering it. Really stays on top of this topspin. Not just stays on top of it, actually reaches out to take it early off the bounce. The closer to the net the ball is, the wider the angles are, the possibilities anyway. Meng anticipating well, makes her break out to the forehand to counter it back. It's more than just reaction time. Yes, all these players at world class have some of the best reaction time you could imagine, but they know the sport so well that they can predict where the ball is going before it's even been contacted. Back edge of the table for Yuling. Apology courtesy of Meng. After 1 net, they come back with the back edge of the table. 2 breaks in a row to take the point. Now, a common strategy you'll see in doubles is hitting the ball back at the player that just hit the ball, using them as an obstacle for their teammate. That's what was done right here. Meng hitting it right back into Shiwen. Falling to the ground, Ning's got her back to the table, and Shiwen's there to take care of responsibility and clean up the mess. Look at this one more time. Inside out forehand and right down the line, short stroke from Shiwen to win the point. So Ning and Shiwen on the side that so far has had the advantage. Yet they're down in points. Now again, until October 1st, this is the only time that a player can receive coaching without a timeout, is in doubles between points. The chop block is a low percentage shot. Last time Shiwen made it on the table, it was too high. It was Yuling who was there to punish. Now, when calling the receive, it's always interesting because you don't know exactly what serve is coming. The points are just getting more and more thrilling. This is what happens when you put some of the best players in the world who are familiar with each other's games on the table for a final. It's very interesting how players learn to use what they have. We've got a timeout on the side of Yuling and Meng.
I'm out.
thinking about using what they have. Shiwen obviously has shorter steps than Ning, but she makes up for it by moving quite quickly, gets used to having to move her feet faster to travel the same distance. Ning tends to take longer steps. It's part of the reason you find her off the table a bit more, but you also find her reaching many balls wide out to the forehand. CHN, of course, a very similar situation. The left-handed cloud walker is actually taller than the average height Chinese national team, although the current players on the Chinese men's side of the game are much taller than they were, say, 5 or 10 years ago. Fang Bo, Zhou Yu, Xu Xin, Zhang Jike, all relatively tall players. Get a bag of ice there. Sometimes you see players putting it on the back of their neck. Yuling just trying to cool down the head. The decision maker, the body's going to be warm. But if there's too much heat going on in the head,
Time.
you don't want to have your judgment compromised. Shot selection, tactics, very crucial out here.
6, 8.
So still a 2-point lead for Meng and Yuling. We'll see if the next generation of Chinese powerhouses are able to take down the legends, the world ranked number 1 and 2. Unbelievable inside out forehand off the bounce. Ning. The shots that she's produced this tournament are just mind-blowing. Look at that, fooling Yuling completely as they're going the opposite direction. Once again, batting practice down the line, a full stroke for Ning to finish the point. Now, while doubles is definitely tougher for certain players for different reasons, you do have the well, I don't know if I'd say luxury, but you do, yes, have the luxury of not having to hit every shot. So while you're moving in and out, you can take a bigger stroke. As long as you're able to get out of the way quickly, sometimes a stroke can help carry you out of the way.
Eight, 10.
And again, this would be breaking the pattern if Meng and Yuling can take this game. Back edge of the table for Ning.
9, 10.
1 game point saved. This is a risky shot, short side of the table. Talked about the stroke carrying your body out of the way. You could see the upper half of Ning's body going way wide. This is difficult on the midsection. That stroke is as full as they come. Yuling with one of the hardest forehands in the women's game finishes the game 11-9 with the forehand loop, and we'll be back for game 4 right after this.
First game. Inning to
We're
serve.
back for game 4.
Hello.
Chun Meng and Zhu Yuling in black and yellow at the bottom of the screen, leading 2-1. It's world rank number 1 and number 2. At the top of the screen that are struggling right now, down 1-2. Ning with the serve. Outstanding recovery. The effort from down near the ground by Zhu Yuling. Look at this ball. Almost like the Fan Zhendong shot that went for 3 bounces on the table against Simone Gauzy earlier this year at the Japan Open. Tomahawk chop block from Zhu Yuling to the middle of the table. Again, when you add side spin on the shot, it can be very effective in hurting the opponent, but it's also very difficult to keep low enough because it's not a top spin shot. If it sits up a little bit high, the opponent has more time and less pressure to really read the spin on the ball and get aggressive.
Two one.
Beautiful shot, open face of the racket right down the line.
Two three.
Wow, one after another. Zhu Yuling with the step around backhand and followed up quickly. Chun Meng, look at this one more time. It's as deep as they come to the backhand corner of the table for a parallel shot from Chun Meng. Hope we'll get to see her more on the World Tour.
Five two.
Attempted heavy push deep to the forehand side, finds the net. Chun Meng and Zhu Yuling, if they win this game, they're the champions.
2-7.
Well, there's still a long way to go in this game. They're well on their way. Look at this rush shot from Chun Meng, a little bit off the top of the net, but quality placement nonetheless. And a high pressure shot to take so early off the bounce. Just a little bit softer, and you can see how quickly Chun Meng accelerates.
9-2.
Inside out forehand, Ning turns her back to the table, but it comes up just a little too high and is countered right back to where it came from. Eight match points, championship points.
3-10.
But one is saved by Ning and Shiwen. Again, we're looking at the youngsters, the future generation, 21 and 22 years old, Zhu Yuling and Chun Meng respectively. Just 1 point away from taking the title.
And 4. And 5.
And it's 3 points that have been saved, championship points. Still, the toughest point of the match is match point, crossing the finish line. And there it is, Zhu Yuling and Chen Meng take the title 3-1 over world rank number 1 and number 2. Teammates, compatriots, Ning and Shiwen will be runners up. But it's 21-year-old Zhu Yuling and 22-year-old Chen Meng who've taken the title at the China Open for women's doubles. Stick around, we've got the men's doubles coming up right after this. Stay here.